2 plus 2? What does this mean? Why can't I read? Where do I live? What is helium? This is what kids from a poor country ask their parents because they cannot get a good enough education from where they live now. In my speech, I'm going to be talking about how every child deserves to have an education regardless of their choices, regardless of their parents if they don't receive public school education, where they would go to learn. And if they don't get a good education, how are they going to be productive members of society? All people have a right to a free public education, regardless of their race, ability, and social status. This includes children of illegal immigrants. Every child deserves to have an education, regardless of their choices their parents make. These immigrant children don't deserve if they are immigrants or not. The immigrant children don't decide if they are immigrants, so why should you punish them for that? Students take for granted what they have in schools, like they don't want to go to school or anything, but they still do it anyway. They should not be punished for something they can't control. As we talked about before, if they get into the country, where are they supposed to go to learn if they aren't welcomed at public schools? If they don't receive public school education, where or how would they go learn? If they can't go to public schools, then they would have to be homeschooled. If they go online, how are they going to afford it to go online? Because that's a lot of money. Parents are already going to be having jobs, so how are they going to have time to teach their kids? The kids are so focused on their parents not getting caught, they can't even focus on school. If they don't learn, how are they going to get a job and have a good life for themselves? And then how are they supposed to be productive people of the town they will live in? If they don't get a good education, how are they going to be productive members of society? If the kids don't get a good education, how are they going to get a job? If students are the future, why are we denying them? First, I talked about how every child deserves to have an education regardless of the choices their parents make. Second, if they don't receive public school education, where are they going to go learn? Finally, if they don't get a good education, how are they going to be productive members of society? All people have a right to a free education regardless of their race, ability, and social status. This includes children of illegal immigrants. Overall, I think all kids or parents should get the right to have an education, even if it's online, homeschooled, or at a public school. If they come here to get their life together and started and want a good life for their children, how would you feel if your children had a terrible career and a life of what just the childhood they grew up in? This could be you someday, so just think of other people are going through and thinking.